And we are live in our regular format for the first time in quite a while. I think about 3 weeks. Although tonight's episode is only going to be an hour because in an hour from now, the Blue Jays take the field. Vivian Johnson's here, Toronto's doo-wop music guy. Alex, Dylan Reynolds, Drew Costin, John Nicholson, Dutchman, Marty, Medano, Sweet Pea, Mary W, Janice, Jennifer Galla's here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Brad Palmer, Eileen Dover, Sherlock. As I just mentioned, this is going to be a shorter stream. I'm going to try to be out of here around 8, and then I'm going to head over there, crack open a beer, maybe order a pizza, probably order a pizza, crack open more than a few beers, and watch the J game. I'd love to sit here and, watch it and chat and hang out with you guys, but this might be a very, very sad, depressing night, so I'd rather be sad and depressed on the couch alone. But thank you so much for tuning in. I'm saving the drink for the game, so I'm going to have myself a Selection Natural Flavor Pineapple Sparkling Water. Get into frame there. I left these settings on the settings I was doing for the last few live streams, so the bad news is there's no 1440p, so it's going to be lower quality than the other live streams I've been doing on this channel. But the good news is there's less delay. This should be almost instant. And I think it looks decent enough. So I apologize for the slightly less quality stream, but I mean, it's really just my stupid face sitting here talking to you guys, so it's not like we need anything better. Pat75 says, oh, Schneider's totally going to fuck it up. It comes with the territory now. Yeah, if you're okay with what he did last game, you don't know shit about baseball. Like, from an analytics point of view, it was, whether you have like that old school mentality or the new, like, let's look at the numbers and do what's best mentality, it was literally the wrong thing to do from any lens and any perspective. So yeah, fuck John Schneider. He should not have his job again next year. That man just lies in bed all night playing with himself, thinking of pulling pitchers out of games way too early. It was beyond dumb, and I hope he gets booed if they lose tonight. That's the type of thing I can't let go. I'm sorry, I can't let it go. It was that bad, and if you don't think it was that bad, your baseball IQ is 0. No offense. But anyways, positive thoughts. I think George Springer is playing tonight. Hopefully we get the win. Trey Savage, we got a rookie on the hill. Bullpen will be featuring everybody at our disposal. Hopefully not Brandon Little. No offense to him. Don't hate on Brandon Little. He didn't ask to get put into that spot. Not his choice. You call your number, you're supposed to go in there, and you're supposed to do your job. Not his fault. Chris Bassett, Lauer. We better see Hoffman and Dominguez if it's close. Yeah, unless your Savage is coasting, ride that kid till his arm falls off. But anyways, welcome to the chat. We'll keep this chat on things a little bit more non-Blue Jay Toronto focused, but that's literally all that's on my mind. So good luck with that, Johnny. I went out today. I made one video. The Toronto Waterfront Marathon was taking place, so it was kind of interesting. Kartik says, so if the Jays win the World Series from here, Schneider will turn into a hero. No, he's still an idiot who has no idea what he's doing with his bullpen. Great manager otherwise, but a fucking idiot when it comes to bullpen management and pulling starters early. Winning the World Series will have no impact on that. It's just what it is. I would love to be management and clean house. Make Donnie Baseball, Don Mattingly. He should be managing. Jollykin says, hi, Johnny. Glad you're early as I'm tired of want to go to bed. Don't worry, Hunden. There's plenty of videos online. Jenny Kritzkamp says, if they win Game 7 tomorrow night. There is a Game 7 tomorrow night, but I'm probably not going to stream anything baseball related, at least until the World Series if we get there. Brandon, $6.99. If Schneider fucks it up, he's getting fired by the end of the season.
He's getting fired by the end of the season. I feel has to know he's asking for it.
He's absolutely asking for it. Thank you for the $6.99. Brandon pulling Gosman early. the first time. He probably could have got another inning out of him last game. Yeah, he's just addicted to making pitching changes and like trying to think he's the smartest guy in the room when he's not. But yeah, we've got the kid on the hill tonight. He looks really good, but he also lost his last game versus the Mariners, so let's see how that goes. Alfred says the Blue Jays will get to the World Series. I speak that into existence. Well, cheers to you, Alfred, and thank you, Brandon, for the $6.99 as I spill pineapple juice down my shirt. But yeah, there was the Toronto Waterfront Marathon taking place. So I went downtown, actually. I got there at like, I forget what time I got there. It was kind of very early afternoon. And it was going to rain in about 30 minutes, according to the forecast. My initial plan was to walk down to Sugar Beach and check out this big Arctic, like, warship. It was like an icebreaker, but it's operated by the Royal Canadian Military that I thought would be cool to check out at Sugar Beach. But then, like, all this marathon hullabaloo was going on Bay Street. So instead, I walked up to Nathan Phillips Square, checked that out, and just made a video around that area. So yeah, I missed the great skies by the lake, Lisa, but I have that video and I have one through Little Portugal, which I think turned out pretty good. So I've got that in my back pocket. I'll probably go live tomorrow afternoon or Tuesday. Brandon says, would you ever do the marathon run someday? No, but what's really fucking cool about the marathon is it's just a whole bunch of people from every walk of life coming together, cheering each other on. Like, it was just like, I don't want to sound cheesy, but it was just like a big positivity and love fest, right? People running, their friends and family, like getting super excited. You know, I saw a little girl who saw her dad, and like the look on her face, seeing her dad like running this marathon was like the sweetest thing you'll ever see. I think this type of thing just brings out the best in people, whether you're participating or not. You know, it doesn't matter whatever your beliefs are, all this shit that is dividing us, you know, thanks to social media, I truly believe. But like, it's really just a whole bunch of humans getting together, doing a thing that's extremely fucking difficult and cheering each other on. I can't, like, it was great. I wish I was there a little earlier. I wish I caught a little more of it. I wish I caught the marathon earlier in the year, but yeah, I think it's awesome. And props to anyone, even if you just ran the half marathon, like, holy shit, props to you. A lot of like the most ridiculously fit, healthy looking people hobbling around, just kind of like looking like they're all beat up and worse for wear. Like, that's what marathons will do to you. You'll see that at the end. Matt Doctor says burning calories, killing your joints. But yeah, great event. I'm glad I caught at least the tail end of it and was able to capture that in a video for tomorrow. Jason says, good evening, Johnny, mods, and all subscribers. It would be nice to see the Jays get into the World Series, but the Dodgers will be a whole different test.
Thank you, Johnny. Go Jays, go.
Jenny Krutzkamp with the tenor for putting up with my questions and making fun times. Thank you, Johnny. Go Jays, go. Well, thank you, Jenny K, for following this channel for 100,000 years, and of course for supporting the Blue Jays. Not too fond of the man at the helm, but you know, it's the players that got there, and hopefully it's the players that persevere tonight and pull through. I haven't even checked the lineups yet. Is the lineup? It's got to be posted. It's got to be posted. Sorry if we're a little heavy on baseball talk tonight for our people that don't give a fuck about that. It's just one of those things. I'm not seeing the lineup here. We've got Savage versus Logan Gilbert. Gilbert has a 2.45 ERA in the playoffs. All right, so the Jays are going Springer, Lucas, Guerrero, Kirky, Varsho, Clement, Barger, Kiner, Falefa, and Jimenez. Ooh. I wish IKF wasn't in there. Not my favorite lineup, but it is what it is. Let's go. And props to Kirk for scoring from second on a single. First time all year he did that. If Gossman isn't in the lineup, then I'm going to call this fixed. Why would Gossman be in the lineup? He's a starting pitcher. He just pitched. That is insane. He is the one guy who should be totally off limits tonight. He's like literally the one guy that has zero chance of playing tonight. But he'll be in the pen for tomorrow. Dutchman says, Johnny, my man, Shohei Ohtani is on fire. I hope he plays the Jays. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see that. But yeah, I'm like, we're not going to see him tonight. I hope they bring Scherzer to close it out. I'd rather see Hoffman, but if it comes to it, let's make that a poll. And I'll put a third option for the people that are not super baseball interested. Johnny, do you think the Blue Jays force Game 7? No idea. Do I hope they do? Yes. Do I think they do? No idea. But I hope they do. By the way, that thumbnail for this video is AI generated. I took an old thumbnail. I told it to turn my hat blue and throw the cityscape in the background from a luxury high-rise apartment, and that's what it did. So if you're wondering what that is, that's all that is. Lisa says, no shit, it was AI. But anyways, how the hell are you guys? Let's see how this poll's doing. 77% have the faith. 8% say no. 15% don't care. Alex says, I think there will be a Game 7. Halloween 1978 is on AMC. Lisa says, gave me a creepy face. It is what it is. My face is creepy already. David Max says, woot woot Jays. I looked at the Jays colors last game. The baby blue is awesome. It is awesome. Dylan Reynolds is here. So, yeah, what was I going to say? I don't know, but we'll pull up the screen. We'll go through Reddit Toronto and see what's going on. As a longtime Dodger fan, I'm rooting for the Jays. Awesome. Janice Pike says, I don't know, but hope they do. I'll be watching, I think I'm going to watch the Sportsnet feed tonight on the big screen. I started watching season 2 of Platonic with Seth Rogen in it. It's an excellent show. I highly recommend it. It's really, really good. That's what I did last night. I went to, after the live stream, I went to Don Don Izakaya on Dundas Street. It was phenomenal. 15% discount for cash. That's quite the discount there. I wonder if they're reporting all the revenues to the CRA. So much for that peace deal. They started up again. I don't even want to know what you're talking about, Anthony Michaels. That'll be a Monday problem. Lisa says, did you have the cash? It doesn't matter if I have the cash. I have a card that reimburses me for ATM fees. So even if it's one of those like janky looking ATMs that, you know, charges you $8 to withdraw, I can use it and I get reimbursed the $8. So whether or not I have cash is not an issue. I can get the cash. Those places that do cash only or cash discounts always have like this ATM machine that just looks like it's going to like steal your information or charge you $1 million fee or something like that, right? It looks like somebody from like the mob dropped off. But yeah, this place had one of those. Please don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you. What a great show. Telltale Harbor, a feel-good East musical. I have no idea what you're talking about. Jillian says, you must really like the Toronto Blue Jays baseball team. I want to like them. I want to like them tonight. Whippy Dude says, I wouldn't trust a janky ATM. Estelle says, cash is king. Finished Black Rabbit last night. Great acting. Muddled script. Chris Mills. What I appreciated the most about Black Rabbit is there like can't be a season 2. Like it was what it was. There's almost no way, unless they do like a prequel, could they possibly spin that into a season 2. Like, but yeah, the writing got a little weird. There were definitely some plot holes there. How the hell does Jason Bateman go through almost a whole series like missing a finger, and he had like another finger cut in half, and it's just wrapped up, but he never once talks about it. He never once complains about it. No one even mentions it. Dude, if I lost my finger, That's like all I would fucking talk about for like 6 months. Like you would get so tired of hearing me talk about that you'd probably just like unsubscribe and wish I lost all the rest of my fingers. And dude's just like going through life, you know, had his finger ripped off like nothing happened. I don't know. Chris Mill says no need to. What season was okay. Lisa says Jason Bateman is great. He is. I think he lost like 30 or 40 pounds for that role. Like he properly looked like he could use a few calories. Like he looked really, really thin in that role. Christo says the only thing I have issue with in Black Rabbit is the way the brother handled his gambling issue. Yeah, that was an interesting part of the plot, but it makes sense that he would be kind of a degenerate. I don't know how he got into that underground blackjack game looking like a homeless scruff when everyone else there was clearly rolling in dough. Whippy Dude says, I remember you have a bent finger from baseball. Is that a bent finger? It's a little janky. It's a little crooked, but it works. It doesn't bother me. I can use it. Also, remember I was sent a ring to track all my information. I lost it. It's like a $400 ring. This company sent it to me. I'm supposed to talk about it. I'm supposed to post an affiliate link. I'm supposed to like show off what it does. I lost it. So my official position is I'm going to keep looking for it. It's in my apartment somewhere. Apparently it's in my apartment because it was last seen on my app in my apartment. And hope that they don't reach out to me. If they reach out to me and say like, hey, what's going on with the ring we sent you? I'll just say I lost it and I'm looking for it. But I kind of don't want another one. I don't like wearing a ring. It's a great product. It fucking works. It does everything it's supposed to do. I just hate wearing a ring. I don't want to wear a ring. So please don't send me another one. Let's just hope this all goes away. I don't know. When is your trip to Bali, says Matt Doctor. Hopefully January, February, March next year. No trips exotic like that this year. I will be going away. It may or may not be to a place ruled by Donald Trump. But my only condition for that was if I was to go, I'm not paying for it. And this trip might be paid for. So you'll have to find out. You'll have to find out. I said may or may not. But if it's on their dime, not our dime, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll just get arrested at the airport and denied entry because of the shit I say on here. Who knows? Dutchman says, true story. I have half of my middle finger missing on my left hand from a machine accident years ago. Yes, hurt bad. Yikes. Yikes. That's crazy. That's crazy. And Lisa said, nice try with that, though. Hell is too hot for you, Johnny, fair-skinned and all. We'll see. We'll see. I need some, like, Botox or something if I keep getting exposed to sun. But, yeah, we'll see where we're off to in December. Alex says, how do you lose your ring? I don't fucking know. I just know it wasn't on me one day. And it's gone. I have no idea. There's an NBA player that's missing a finger. Ronnie Lott had a finger amputated because the playoffs were coming. Lisa Estelle says, how was everyone's weekends? We're talking about people missing fingers. Powers out windy. Savong batteries for the game. Saving batteries for the game. Sal Smith. Well, hopefully you'll be fine. Yeah, I guess I would just stream. I've got a few phones. I've got a laptop. I would probably just hotspot to my laptop. And we'll see. Whippy Dude says, resurrected your canceled Vegas trip. That one was on my dime. This one, not my dime. So I don't know. Dylan Reynolds is not at home right now. Where are you, Dylan Reynolds? I have not seen that, Christos. Jumbo TV says, I'm over this 22 degrees Celsius mid-October, ready for the 5 to 10. The last few days, like yesterday when I went out live streaming, it was gorgeous. I loved that weather. I would be prepared to trade our full 4 seasons in for like that weather year round. That was beautiful. It was so nice. Harold says Dylan is out prowling. Is he I don't want to know. Harold says it was a truly gorgeous day. Dylan's up at Pine Ridge Secondary School right now. What the hell are you doing up at a secondary school? And 78% of you think the Jays are going to win. 9% of you say no. 13% of you don't care. Let me see. What are the odds? Why? No, I don't want to go to bet MGM. Toronto is minus 122. Seattle is plus 102. So that's like barely in Toronto's favor, according to the sports books. Call James Go. I got to win the next 2,000. That's a big hole for them. Prayers. I don't know what you're talking about, Carl Roth, but Reguito with the super chat. Thank you, Reguito. Cheers to you. Thank you very much. Carl Roth says the odds of winning the lotto are better than the Jays winning this round. Maybe a free ticket. I don't know. I think if they win tonight, it'll make losing Game 7 that much more heartbreaking. But there's no way around it, right? You're going to get your heart broken. At least this way we...
Smiley face emoji. Grand twins held me hostage this whole weekend. Lol. Smiley face emoji. Hi Johnny and heart emoji.
Jeanette, late fees. Grand Twins held you hostage this whole weekend. Hi, Johnny and pals. Greetings to you, Jeanette. Hope you had an awesome weekend. Thank you for the late fees. Late fees are never that necessary, but always appreciated. Vivian Johnson will be collecting that. Maybe we'll get the green screen up. It's been a while since we've done this. Louise says, believe. But what we shouldn't forget is that Seattle is a very, very good team. And we have a manager who is obsessed with tinkering with the pitching to a very unhealthy result, usually. Let me pull the chat over here. If you're ever wondering how this works, I just got to flip that. There we go. Put the skyline on the green screen. Oop. So I was sent a video from someone whose little one, this is shortly after I was downtown. One of the reasons I didn't do my walk to check out the ship at Sugar Beach was it was supposed to rain. This is a view from a condo at the waterfront. Taken by a child. Francis Ford Coppola, he is not, but, you know, maybe a little bit of Steven Spielberg in there. Try to keep the horizon level steady, little guy. Maybe a little slower on your pans there. Try to pick a focal point to focus on. You know, just some minor tips, but neat. But that's what we had this afternoon. Jack CW says we need the rain. Some Muskoka lakes are 18 inches below normal right now. Apparently, Lisa says Tiny Human did just fine. Yeah, apparently AI data centers are really, really starting to drink a lot of our fresh water for cooling. Amazon has one where they will not disclose how much water they're using. And in their agreement with the municipality doesn't track how much potable, is it potable or potable? I think potable water they're using. Lisa says Avery would have dropped or put down the phone and just ran away. Vivian Johnson says he did better than Walking Man, dude. Louise says, how nuts was the dingus following Ken at the end of his video tonight? I heard about that. But from Ken, he messaged me, a snipe, a closure, and a dingus. I'll walk around an extremely busy downtown before the Toronto Marathon. Where does this happen in his video? Someone said at the end of his video?
Hopefully that dude isn't still following me.
He messaged me saying, hey, some like young dude was following me.
Not sure exactly where. Maybe here. I don't know. I'm just totally.
Where does this start happening? Eileen says that was scary. Guy acted like he wanted to fight or something. Does someone have a timestamp where this starts?
Are you going to leave me alone?
I don't know. Are you gonna let me?
Well, it's in recording mode right now.
Apparently,
Yeah. I'm not filming you.
It's on the film.
Jeez.
so I think it happens right now. Gertich says toward the end. Lorraine says that guy was creepy. The guy misinterpreted like and follow.
The delivery cyclist.
Math Doctor says
gang
Ken's
is
so
ready
chill.
and waiting, I guess.
We'll wait till that moment comes.
Hello. Yeah.
This guy?
I'm not filming you.
It's on the film.
Jeez. What's that?
Let me see it.
Let me see what?
See the film.
I'm filming the street, dude. I'm filming the street.
Can I see?
Well, it's in recording mode right now. See? Just filming what's going on Yonge Street.
Can I see?
No, you can't
see
see.
it. Let me see
No,
it.
no, you can't see. No. Just chill, dude.
So he's saying, can I see it? What does he want to see exactly? Ken's just like, I'm showing, like, I'm filming outside. What is there to see? And then the guy, like, just followed him? Is that all it was?
Are you going to leave me alone?
I don't know. Are you gonna let me see the film?
What's there to see?
What you record?
I'm just recording the street. The street, man. Just
On the
walking
sidewalk?
around.
Why are you recording the street when you're on the sidewalk?
I'm making a video of Toronto. You know, just to show what's going on in the city. That's it, man. Nothing more to it. So it's all good. It's all good, man. Have a good day, all right?
I think Ken is a lot cooler than I would be. I mean, he was so chill. At the start of the confrontation, I think I would have been similar. Like, I'm just recording, man. Cool. But once the guy persisted, like, something probably would have, you know me, I would have, like, snapped and, you know, told the guy to fuck off or something if he kept going. Louise says, makes me nervous when you guys encounter these people. Is this it? Is he done following him? Jillian says, what a mellow follow Ken is. What's scary is when you've got when you're looking forward and there's like some dude behind you, right? Because you can't see what they're doing. Like, I would be walking like this, keep the camera forward, but I'd be keeping my eyes behind me if I was him. Hopefully Ken's probably doing that now too.
All right, Young and Gerard.
Maybe I'm just an asshole.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
Oh, that was crazy. That was crazy. Thanks for the stroll. It's sad to say, but you need to watch your back. And again, thanks for all the strolls. The Dundas Square area is crazy. Hate speech from the preachers, all sorts of druggies. Toronto was never like this in the past. So sad what's happened to our city. Yeah, but this incident is an outlier, right? Like, think of all the times Ken has walked through here. And this is like his creep. Like, it's easy to like say something like that, but it's really like, how many times have I walked through there? I go through there like probably more than Ken does lately. It's you know, you're gonna have that. It's a big city. It's unavoidable. It's not a Toronto thing. It's a big city thing. But yeah, Lisa says you always roll the dice when you speak up. That reminds me of this idiot, Johnny Strides, who is a lot less chill than Ken. Where did this happen? I had something kind of like that happen.
Staple for smoky jerk
What
chicken.
happened was,
The number of Avon tires.
I started... This dude here with the scooter, was staring me down when I walked by. And then, so I kind of took notice of that. So I kept my eye over my shoulder and he was following me. And then when I popped off into Reggae Lane, he like went ahead and I guess he was like telling his buddies like, hey, there's a dude like following us here. Watch, you'll see him again, but he was just there. Like, he's got his eyes, like, he's looking into my soul right there, right? Like, whatever. I'm not going to assume anything. You're just like, what the fuck is that, a camera? Like, okay. But later...
And it was between the 50s and...
I'm walking in front of Randy's.
I think a little over a year ago. That's an absolute staple of this neighborhood.
And this giant dude, he said, you best not be filming me. Something like that. So I just interpreted that as, oh, you're requesting me to conceal your identity? Fine. I don't have to do that, but I mean, do you want to get some dude who's as big as like a tree mad at you? I don't know.
I hope you're not recording me, eh?
So he says, I hope you're not recording me, eh? And look, right here on the corner, that dude on the scooter. So he ran ahead and like told that guy, and he told this guy over here. Like what? Like some guy recording is like, you know, up to no good or something?
I'm not.
Because I see you pointing the camera every second I turn around.
No, I'm not recording you, dude. It's just a neighborhood
He said, I see you pointing the camera every time I turn around. So you just made that up. You're talking out of your ass, pal.
tour. I promise you, it's a neighborhood tour.
Promise you're gonna fuck you up too.
Dude, I'm allowed to record. We're in public.
I never said anything.
I know, no.
Then he just said, I never said anything. Like, you just did say something, actually. You just accused me of, like, stalking you with my camera, which isn't true.
No, I'm not recording you.
Know the people, buddy.
Yeah,
That's harassment. That's
And then that other guy just said, you're following people, buddy. That's harassment.
fucking harassment.
no, it's perfectly legal, buddy.
It's illegal when you harass people.
You're harassing me.
You're harassing me by following me.
So he said it's illegal to harass people. I said, you're harassing me. Then he goes, no, you're harassing me by following people. Like, what? What are you talking about? Then this lady who I didn't put in frame comes up beside me, who witnessed the whole thing.
He has a knife in his side. He's
Okay.
She just said he has a knife by his side and he attacks people in this neighborhood. So yeah, that's like my first encounter like that in years. I mean, I had that little crazy guy that was like 2 feet tall following me at City Hall who like physically was zero threat at all. That happened, I think, last year. But this is like the first time something like that's happened in a long time. That was right near Oakwood and Eglinton.
Made me first think.
All right, well, thank you.
So I just like held my ground, like I'm not doing anything wrong. And then when the guy had the nerve to say I was harassing him, I'm like, you're harassing me. Who knows? That could have gone wrong. I think I could have used some of Ken's chill there, right? But it, like, there's nothing you can do to prepare yourself for a moment like that, right? Like, your heart rate kicks up, your flight or fight response, like, kicks in. You're, like, sizing them up. Does this person have a weapon? Could I kick their ass? Yeah, I could, but not that guy. You know, there's 3 of them. And, like, you just react the way you react. So I don't know. I've been pretty good at like anticipating stuff like that and, you know, hiding the camera, walking to the other side of the street, you know, just pretending I'm doing something else. But there was nothing I could do because that guy literally like stalked me down on the sidewalk and then told his friends that I'm like following people. I don't know. Lisa says, do you even think that much? Your mind goes a mile a minute. So like all those thoughts just kind of rush through your head. I don't know. Usually I end up, I don't know. I can be a dick. There was this like really big dude on the subway, probably twice my size, who like pushed his way on and like I bodied him with a full shoulder and told him to wait for people to get off. And I just looked at him. I'm like, did I just tell this dude off? Should I be doing that? Was that a smart move? Luckily, the guy just like, you know, being the brain dead ogre that he is, just kept going onto the subway. But like, I nailed him pretty hard and then told him off. And this is like, I wasn't thinking. That wasn't premeditated. That was just like how I acted on the spot. It's like, oh, hello, sir. Sorry, I didn't mean to. Like, whatever. It is what it is. Just have to be vigilant out of what is around you. People are nuts these days. Yeah, but not too many people are nuts. Not too many people are nuts. Oh, and I told a guy off yesterday. I was on the subway, and there was a dude with his backpack on the seat. Almost all the seats were taken. And this lady was like, excuse me, I'd like to sit there. Dude just straight up ignored her. Like, he just pretended like she didn't exist. So I went over there and I just said, you better move your fucking bag. And he just picked it up and put it in his lap. And the lady said, I don't really want to sit next to him, but thank you. Yeah, I don't know. Shit happens. It's life. You gotta live and learn, I guess. But I've been pretty good at avoiding shit. Like, I think I've had less dinguses and like less encounters than just about anyone else has over the last 4 or 5 years. And I'm out there as much as anyone. So it is what it is. But yeah, Ken handled that really well. He did. Cool beans. Yeah, what's going on in Toronto? Let's check out BlogTO while we've got this up. Justin says, do you think it's the same when it comes to driving behaviors of Toronto? I don't know. People who drive and road rage have a screw loose, right? Don't fuck with that. IKEA to permanently close Toronto location. Yes, that's the one at Scarborough Town Center. Chris Mills says, Ken seems to attract them. I don't know what it is, but I'm constantly scanning. And if I see someone like that who looks like they're a little unhinged, I don't really want to like make videos about that. So I try not to include them on camera anyways. I try to point the camera away from them, which has the added bonus of them not seeing a camera pointed at them. So it's like win-win. So I think that alone kind of diffuses a lot of situations. But sometimes I'll even cross the street or do something. But yeah, it's just whatever. It's a rare thing. It doesn't happen that often, but it's something you have to be aware of. And definitely, like, I know some people who are females and they feel vulnerable just walking around at night alone, and they've had dudes follow them and creepy stuff. And as a guy, I don't experience that. I don't feel the least bit, afraid when I'm out there. So don't feel sorry for me. Don't say like, you're in danger. What I go through isn't, or what Ken goes through isn't even close to what just some like regular people feel every day in the city when they go out, right? So, it's it is what it is. Just be vigilant, but it's a safe city. You're fine. I wouldn't really worry about it. Lisa says last night someone walked far too close to me on my way home. Prefer dudes cross or give a good gap. Yeah, I tried. I mean, also you can kind of tell, like, if a guy is the type of person who is completely harmless and would protect you, or if they're a sleazebag, right? Certain people make everyone feel uncomfortable. It's just the way it is. Math Doctor said Toronto used to be a lot more safe. How times have changed. Every city. Lisa says, no, you can't. Okay, maybe my lack of experience. But it is what it is. Toronto Blue Jays lose player for rest of playoffs. Here's the latest with Bo Bichette. That would be Anthony Santander. And I'm not that sad that he's out. Crikey says, every time I find myself walking behind someone, I either slow down or speed up to pass them. I do that too. You'll notice when, with the camera, I don't tend to trail people very long with the camera. I either let them go ahead or I fall behind, just because it's a weird feeling, especially if it's like some chick wearing yoga pants and you're just holding your camera like this and other people are looking at you like, is that guy like a fucking pervert? Like what? Like, just even being seen in that light makes me like think like, nope, camera goes that way. All right, you're allowed to wear your yoga pants. That's fine. I'm allowed to use my camera. That's fine. But that doesn't mean I don't feel like a creep walking right behind you. So I usually try to like shake those situations off. That's just part of what we do. Math Doctor says Santander should be traded to bolster starting pitching. Bieber, Scherzer, and Bassett are all free agents. Or the bullpen. It is what it is. New restaurant for African barbecue officially opens this week in Toronto. Is that potatoes, rice, chicken, salad? That looks really good. Where is this? That's because the African Barbecue House, an Ottawa-founded chain that's blossomed to 4 locations, is finally moving to Toronto. Where? They have a $9.99 lunch. They've sold me. Does anyone know where this is? Am I like shit at scanning this? I'm literally just scanning this looking for the location and I can't find it. But yeah, if I can get a lunch there for $10, that... Lisa says, click the link. Oh, that lunch special does not look too appetizing to me. It's literally a million French fries and a piece of chicken. All right. That's... BlogTO is a delay the important info site. Toronto siblings turned dog poop into thriving business after failing to find jobs. How entrepreneurial of them. Christos says yoga pants are tricky to navigate. Or, a short skirt going upstairs or an escalator. That's definitely I'm not going to follow you with the camera situation. It happens. Funky Toronto home office building has been looking for a new owner since... Oh, that's that's King West. Yeah, that's that building right ahead. A quirky Toronto live-work building in King West has been playing real estate ping pong for nearly 4 years. That is kind of a neat-looking building. These magical Ontario wetlands, that's not Toronto-related. All right, let's just go to the good stuff. What time is it? 7:46. By the way, we're going to be peacing out around 8 p.m. I'm not going to do a watch-along live stream tonight with the Blue Jays. You're all going to be free to watch without my company. That's probably a win for everybody. If they make it to the World Series, I'll probably do that for a stream or two. Math Doctor says National Anthem underway. But yeah, we're going to close up shop at 8 p.m. I'm going to order up a pizza, crack open a beer, and watch the Jays. Ford did this. Graffiti on closed beer store, Donlands and O'Connor. That's a neat area, Donlands and O'Connor. O'Connor's a very underrated street. But yeah, beer stores have been dropping like flies lately in the city. And there's a big problem because a lot of people don't know where to bring their empties now. Their empty beer cans or bottles. You used to bring them to the beer store and get a few nickels. It was a model that could not exist with competition. I do not cry for the foreign alcohol companies that owned it. Yeah, it's one that multiple provincial governments are to blame for, that eventually fell into a significant amount of foreign ownership, which the foreign ownership had foreign-owned beers outmuscling Ontario beers from the shelves and being less prominent and having less stock. So I don't know. The only thing I feel sorry for are the people losing their jobs. Everything else, I don't feel sorry for losing beer stores in that model. Same with the LCBO. If you worked there and you loved it, I feel sorry for you, but it was not the best model for people who make stuff in this province. Parents to rally against Ontario speed camera ban across the province. Good shit. Several parent groups against... Why just parent groups? Why not everybody? Against a looming speed camera ban in Ontario are holding a provincial day of action on Monday as MPPs return to Queen's Park for the beginning of a new legislative session. You know, Doug Ford's the type of guy who probably like peeks out his window and jerks off when he sees people protesting against him, but I mean, have your voice heard. This is ridiculous. At least don't ban them from school zones. The HMCS Margaret Brook docked at Sugar Beach today. That's what I wanted to go see. That was originally going to be my video today. Stan says, hey, Johnny, enjoying the stream. Enjoy the pizza. Go Jays go. Thank you, Stan. Crikey says, I see those speed cameras in Ajax, and usually there's graffiti on them. GS says, no auto sector, no beer store. We're doomed. Yeah, Stellantis screwing over the Canadian government pretty good. Maybe opening the door for BYD to make some cars in Ontario
Happy
and give
Sunday.
some jobs back.
Here's a little something for a pizza. Smiley face emoji.
Alicia Lewis, happy Sunday. Here's a little something for your pizza. Thank you, Alicia Lewis. I think a Brooklyn pizza is going to be on order. I'm feeling a little boring and not like a million different toppings on it tonight. But Alicia Lewis, fellow Midtowner, thank you so much for the super chat and the support. Leaside Bridge fall color display is awesome. That is. And you get the northern end of the skyline over on the left. Is there... Yeah, there's the skyline. They are building an Ontario line connection from the left side of the screen over to the right side of the screen. That's going to be pretty neat. I wish I didn't live stream this like last month. I'd love to go back. It's not a great video. There's a whole lot of nothing walking that area for a video, but it makes for a good live stream. Maybe we'll go back anyways. I think it's justified. 7 charged for flying drones over Skydome during Blue Jays playoff run. Yeah, drone usage is very, very limited in the city. It's amazing that like the police were actually able to track down the drone operators, right? Like, I can see them like just being like, yeah, we'll take some notes. You know, we're not going to do anything. But they actually did something, probably because it was Rogers who complained. Or maybe that's just considered a big security risk because there's like 40,000 people in the dome. That's probably it. Makes sense. Modern higher-end drones are required to openly broadcast ID information, including ownership and operator coordinates. How about if all drones did that? you know, maybe. And then we'd have like little police drones that like shoot out non-authorized drones out of the sky. And we'll just have like drone warfare going on up top. E-scooters are here to stay. It's time for Toronto to act boldly. I met a reporter from a major publication on Friday, and this was like the biggest topic that we were talking about. She was doing a deep dive on e-bike and e-scooter use in the city and was really interested in my thoughts and experiences riding an e-scooter, dealing with other people riding e-scooters, and what I thought of this ban. I think she's on the right side of things from what her, you know, she lives in Montreal and like rides her bike year round in that city. Maybe I've said too much. I don't think I was supposed to say anything at all, but yeah, I'll let you guys know if or when that article comes out. There may be a reference to me in it or not, but it was neat to have that conversation. What's going on? Lost Monkey. You gotta be trolling. 8-year-old Japanese macaque, partially trained for action movies, last seen near the park, is proficient with weapons because of its training, but is generally mild-mannered. Can become aggressive when seeing grown men wearing backwards baseball caps. On a possibly related note, I'm also missing a set of Chinese throwing stars, but it's probably just coincidence. If seen, please contact. Yeah, that's definitely a wind-up, and I don't hate it. Someone put some effort into that. Then they went out and like stapled that to a post. Like, that's kind of cool. As long as they didn't cover up someone's like lost cat poster or something, it's all good, right? Don't hate it. Kind of funny. Lakeshore closed is a traffic mess. Yes, that looks like Harbor and Bay Street right there. What a nightmare. Hey, Phuket Walks here. What's up? Budget cuts hit Metro Police. Those old school cars were so cool. They were so visible too. Remember when Metro Peel Police and the Metro Police had those yellow police cars? I think it would be cool. We should go back to that. They're a lot more visible, and it's a less intimidating color than like the militaristic black and gray they use now. What else do we got? CN Tower Spooky Edition. Hey, they put a pumpkin up there. That's neat. Louise says, okay, bye Johnny Game Time. Cheers to you. Go Jays. We got city bikes in Scarborough, but the docks are always empty. Probably people like ride these things into the city, and then the city just does a shit job of bringing them back. I guess people from Scarborough ride into work, and then they like subway bus home. So farms across Ontario are reporting a rise in apple picking theft. Yes, apple farm. I heard about that. Apparently people are going there and they're just like loading up on apples. Stealing is stealing. It's not cool. All Toronto Library branches to be open on Sunday starting this weekend. I'm not a library user, so I don't really know how to feel about that. I did have a very unfortunate experience where I needed to use a library restroom, and there was like a dude who was without house spending a very long time in there. So that's a situation I have no idea how to handle, but I think that might be a concern some people had with them being open on Sunday. I don't know the answers, but it's probably a good thing that libraries are open. Toronto gives up on new park and quietly replaces grass with fake turf. I have been complaining about this section since the beginning of time in College Park. Whenever I walk through here, it's like a mud bowl. It was supposed to be like grass for whatever reason. Maybe it was the irrigation. I don't know why, but I'm glad the city like just did something, because they like resodded it a few times and it would just turn to like mud right away. You couldn't walk through this area. And I read another article on this, and apparently like the footpaths they built are like more direct. So like that was one of the problems. People would always cut through the grass rather than take the footpaths because they weren't very direct, going from point A to point B. So say what you want about the turf, but I'm a fan. And I see a lot of people already checking out. So I guess it's time for me to check out. We have over 230 viewers. Holy shit. Thank you guys. And thank you everyone who sent support. We'll be back with a longer edition of the live stream at some point when the Jays aren't playing on a Sunday night. George Springer looks springy. But go Blue Jays. John Schneider. Don't fucking overthink your pitching. Just put the best arm out there. Lefty-righty matchups. Who cares? Analytics. Who cares? Go with your Savage until he can't go. Then put your best arm in there. He gets way too cute with it, and it is annoying. But yes, go Jays. They're coming on in a few minutes. FS1 for our American friends. Sportsnet for everyone in Canada. If you're somewhere else in the world, I don't fucking know. But go Jays. Thank you for tuning in. Huge thanks to everyone who sent support. Huge thanks to our mods and channel members. Yes, this channel has channel members. Estelle says, hope the Jays win the game. Thank you. Go Jays. I'm going to peace out, but I'll be back hopefully next Sunday night. Johnny Strides will go live tomorrow or Tuesday. I don't know. But I'm going to order a pizza, and unfortunately all the beers I have are like 7% because I wanted to buy some real IPAs. But fortunately, the beers I have are 7%. So in the words of Gertej, hasta la vista, baby. All right. Have a good night, guys.